Welcome to Food News. I'm Juliet Litman.
And I'm Devon Jacoby.
If you want to give us a call, we are available at 850-STEW-136. And
Also,
we want to hear from you.
Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube and on TikTok. And that would mean a lot to me.
Me too.
I keep forgetting to introduce myself on podcasts.
I like that you said that would mean a lot to me. You meant it.
Yeah,
please.
I do mean it. Please subscribe. All right, let's get into today's stories. Number one is celebrity-based. It's something that used to be underground and now is well known. Tom Cruise at Christmas sends people cakes. That is
lots of people.
His gift. Yeah, don't feel too special if you're getting a Tom Cruise cake. You're not on an exclusive list.
But you can get off the list.
You can get off the list. You can get on the list, and you might want to be off it right now because it turns out that Doan's Bakery, who makes the Tom Cruise cake, which is a white chocolate coconut cake, had to issue a recall because the label on the cake did not include all of the allergens.
And I quote, Doan's white chocolate coconut and carrot bun cakes may contain undeclared wheat and milk, the FDA said in an October 1st statement. Undeclared wheat and milk. I'm good with that. You can still send me the cake, Tom. I'll eat it.
It didn't occur to me that Doan's was putting labels on these cakes. It's from a bakery. Eat at your own risk.
Yeah, this is not a big deal. Who's investigating these?
If you have an allergy, don't you know that you have to be careful what you eat? So I don't know. I thought this was sort of strange that it was such a big deal. The other thing is I didn't know that Doan's had a second cake they were known for. I would much, much rather have a carrot bun cake.
No.
Yes, and white chocolate coconut. Here's my two reasons why. One, I don't like coconut. I don't like it in my cakes. No, thank you.
Okay.
Number two, this is coming to you in the mail. I know for a fact a carrot bun cake is going to stay moist and going to hold on to its flavor in the mail. I don't know that for sure with this white chocolate coconut cake.
Well, I think you're taking a very subjective worldview because I imagine most of the cake recipients live in Los Angeles.
I don't know. Tom Cruise is in London all the time now.
Yeah, so he's all over the place. But you got to assume that of the Tom Cruise list, the majority of the people live in the greater Los Angeles area.
I bet many of them are in Florida. Many. In
really?
Clearwater, Florida, which is where Scientology headquarters are.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. So I bet there's a lot there.
Let's road trip.
No, thanks. Okay, we can move on. Just needed to note that. And I guess if you've ordered one of these recently, A, it's very expensive. It's $100. So congrats to you.
Yeah,
and two,
success.
I guess be careful
of undeclared wheat milk.
Bizarre.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. A big time follow-up. These heists that we talk about every week, they've gone national.
Mm-hmm.
60 Minutes did a 13-minute plus piece on Guy Fieri. The woman said his name so well, I feel embarrassed. And Sammy Hagar's tequila heist that occurred a year or two ago. We talked about it.
We covered it. Here, covered here first. 60 Minutes, you're a year behind
60
Food
Minutes,
News.
as they once said on the internet, you late. But that's okay. I enjoyed it. I did. It was funny. It was one of those news reports where I was well, I know a lot about this. I'm going to see what they have to say, how they're going to explain it, because I know a lot. They had some sit downs with Guy Fieri. And did you feel you learned anything from this?
Yes, but not about the details of the heisting, but more about Guy Fieri, Santos Tequila, and sort of the ethos of the company.
I thought that I did learn a little bit about how the heists are accomplished, which is basically for these small companies, they can't afford their own trucking, so they use a third-party logistics company. And these third-party logistics companies are basically construction companies on TV in a mob movie. It's very easy to infiltrate.
Let me read from the article because it's funny, and then you can continue.
Okay.
Here's what happened. The logistics company that worked for Santo hired a trucking company to move the tequila from Texas to Pennsylvania. But then that trucking company outsourced the job to two other trucking companies who then hired drivers. The problem is those second trucking companies were fake with phony letterheads, email addresses, and phone numbers to appear legitimate. So Santo hires a logistics company.
And they outsource.
Who tries a trucking company who hires a trucking company who hires drivers that don't drive it to Pennsylvania, they drive it to California.
This is trusting your fifth cousin with something, be they're family.
And then they trust their best friend who trusts their girlfriend, brother.
This shouldn't be allowed. You should, if I were starting a logistics company, part of my business model would be I promise you that I personally hired your driver.
Yes.
I know who will be trucking your tequila.
You hire me as a logistics company, not so I can hire another logistics company.
It's kind of crazy that's like allowed. Also, are the margins so great on this business that you can keep chopping into it and still making money off of it? Like, it's so insane.
It is. And the one thing I found really strange, I don't know if you noticed this part, but they're like, and it all goes back to the Albanians. Albanians just took a stray. I was like, no Albanians have been charged in this crime, but for some reason, the country of Albania just took a huge stray in this.
They wanted you to know that Albania is behind it. I was surprised that Guy Fieri did this. I think that there was one question that she asked him, the reporter, where she was like, on 60 Minutes, she's like, do you think it was like personal? And he's like, I have no evidence that it was, but I do. Like, I think that he thinks he's like going for vengeance. And so he's like taking this public to figure out like why someone went after his tequila brand.
Oh, I thought about this too. I'm like, why is Guy Fieri doing this? Why is 60 Minutes doing this? And why are they doing it a year after it happened? There's no new developments in the case. It's been sitting on the shelf for a year. Is that he's saying, we lost millions of dollars of product. They did recover some of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Let me just get millions of dollars of publicity from this. Like, I think a lot of people learned about
Recouping
Santo
his
Tequila from this interview. But one of the parts of the article I also loved is, to make matters worse, Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar had been heavily promoting a new special tequila ahead of holiday season that took 3.5 years to make, and all of it was on those 2 missing trucks. I mean, just think about the sacrifice and the pain that this caused Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar. Forget about the people that work at the company.
I'm so upset about that.
Yeah, forget about the people that work at the company, that they literally had to lay off people because of this loss. But to make matters worse, they promised their tequila drinkers that they were going to get a special holiday drink.
It was like a
they're
special
not going to be able to deliver.
It spent like 3 years making it.
And that goes back on their name. I think less of Sammy Hagar right now. Which is the first time I've thought about Sammy Hagar in decades.
I didn't even think about him the first time we talked about this.
Well, one thing I know about you is I know you love relationships. And this really made me think about what Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar's relationship is like, and like what they bro out to when they're sipping tequila on the porch. Like, what is their deal?
That's a great question. What do you, I don't know. I have no insight into male friendships. Like, what do you talk about with your friends?
You have no insight into male friendships?
No, I don't. Like, do you talk about like movies? Do you talk about sports? Like, what do you talk about with like
in my
Uncle
neighborhood,
Mike?
There's a liquor store that has a lot of cardboard cutouts of people selling liquor. Like Martha Stewart is there.
Okay.
And Dave Portnoy is there.
What?
The Rock
Dave
is there.
Portnoy, wow.
And
El Perez.
Bon Jovi and his son are there. Promoting Hampton Water, I think it is.
Jake Bon Jovi, the husband of Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, this makes sense. Like father-son business, or even like George Clooney and Randy Gerber. Yeah, like that makes sense. But Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri, I just don't know how that ever happened.
I think they probably met at like, you know, one of Sammy Hagar's shows, and like Guy Fieri wanted to go backstage. Like,
and he did.
He's just sort of like around. Like, remember he was like he's a big sports fan
Warriors
too.
Games.
Yeah, like
if the Warriors are in the finals, Guy Fieri is front and center.
He's just like around, and I think that he's like maybe just like looking for friends. I don't know. I'm not really into either of them, but obviously, I mean, who is? But like, I
there's a lot of people into Sammy Hagar.
I guess they must have fans.
Just
I
not
don't know.
your demo. Yeah.
Also, I think they were probably like, oh, it's celebrities make tons of money in the liquor business. Like, let's do it. And then they probably like.
I think Sammy Hagar was in on this early. Like, I think they did 5150, I want to say.
He was doing 5150?
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, this is like a long time ago. They were like early to the market on like, I'm a famous person, let me sell some booze.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying 151. I was like, Bacardi?
No, that's completely different.
Yeah, I was like,
I do not recommend 151 in any capacity to any human being.
We've talked about how I used to drink it in high school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
not
like,
it's
so disgusting.
Yeah.
I remember it because I'm scarred. All right. Well, thanks to CBS for this great piece. And they took the transcript of the interview of the piece and put it online as an article. You don't even have to watch it. As Jacoby was just quoting it.
There it is.
Okay, let's move on to a wonderful TikTok trend that got a very long write-up from the Washington Post. It is called Pudding Meat Gobble.
Pudding meat gobble?
Pudding with fork.
Pudding with fork.
And this is a trend that is happening. It started in Germany, and it has now come to America, where young people, like around the ages 20 to 22, post on social media, namely TikTok, meet at X location at Y time. It is BYOP and BYOF. Bring your own pudding and bring your own fork. And then they just sit in the park and they eat pudding with a fork and make TikTok videos of it and have
awesome.
So much fun.
It is awesome.
Is there a euphemism here that I'm missing? Is it like BYOF and BYOE?
No,
like
no. I honestly like
E for ecstasy, in case I wasn't clear.
some of the best things on the internet that spawned from the internet are just nonsense. Like 6'7". I know you don't have like a middle school kid, but like anyone who's listening to this that has 6'7" is this thing that kids do. It's like, oh, what does it mean? What is it? Whatever. It's nonsense. I could tell you the origin story, but it would take me like 30 seconds. It's not worth it. It's just spawned from the internet.
I've never heard of this. Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. But putting
for me
meat
or you?
Gobble for you. Putting
I don't
meat
have
Gobble,
a middle schooler.
You'll see it around. It's going to infiltrate.
6'7"?
You'll see it now. Just don't even bother, please.
Can I Google it?
No, you cannot Google it. Do not do this. Do not.
That reminds me of the song by Rose and Bruno Mars. Also, just like
putting meat Gobble. It's like it makes no sense. You just meet in the park and you have a fork. Now there is one TikTok that was in the article by Am's boy, I want to call him, and one thing that he certainly did highlight: lots of young ladies at the putting meat Gobble. Lots of young single ladies.
A great way to meet a young woman.
Gobble. It's kind of like the run club of 2025 is like putting meat Gobble is like wink, wink, young people going to the park, sitting around. Great time to chat somebody up. I love putting meat Gobble, and I really cannot wait for it to come to the States.
Well, it has come to the States. It's come to Washington, D.C. There's been a few meetups there.
It didn't seem like it was as prevalent, though.
Well, first of all, I just want to shout out Aaron Weiner, who wrote this article for the Washington Post. And I think the problem is Americans aren't following it like to the T. As the article points out, in Germany, they have a lot of precision. Like,
yes.
So good
it starts on time.
Starts on time. And I think it's like BYOP. Everyone's bringing their own pudding.
Yes.
In America, people are fucking bringing yogurt. It's BYOY. It's not BYOY.
Pudding is not yogurt. Yogurt is not pudding. And the guy was walking around talking to these young ladies. He's like, "Where's your pudding?" It was kind of like, "Are you part of this movement, or are you just like the suckerfish on the shark of this movement?" And people had to break out their pudding. And the next thing he asked is what I learned the in German: vanilla or chocolate. So I ask you, vanilla or chocolate
for pudding?
Pudding meat Gobble.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, is there anything else? Also, at one of these in Berlin, there was someone who was dressed up as the Duolingo mascot. Like, just because.
That's the thing. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
It's if we're going to start questioning like the raison d'etre of any of this, then you're in the wrong place.
It's not. The story is not for you.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's what you're
if you're
looking
like, why
for.
with a fork? Why? It's like, why not a spoon? Like, go home. You failed the test. I also want to say this is one thing I really love. Quote, "There's no central organization. No money changes hands. Someone with a formidable following posts time and place on TikTok or Instagram, and the masses show up." There is no like...
There's no organizing principle.
There's nothing to it.
It's a true like flash mob.
It's
pudding.
Occupy pudding is what it is. It's Occupy pudding.
That had way more organization around it. This is more just like, come and have a good time with your own pudding and your own fork. The fork, I think we're underrating here. Bring your own fork. Like,
it's got to be plastic so you throw it away.
I'm
not going to walk around with a real fork in my pocket all day long. You have a purse. That's different.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I could throw it in my boot, wash it like with some water or something.
Yeah.
But also, like, life in Berlin seems lovely. I've never been to Berlin, but like,
I've
it
never
just
been
seems
to Berlin
great.
either.
People seem happy there, I think. I don't know, Germans, are they happy? But
there are two types of people that go to Berlin. There are people that
ravers.
go and they're like, "That was amazing. I went to so many museums. It's such an interesting culture.
Yeah.
The diversity is amazing." And there's another person that comes back from Berlin. They're like, "I stayed away for 72 hours. I'm not myself anymore. I'm going to go away for a month and come back as myself." And you're like, okay, those are the two people I know that have been to Berlin.
I think the second one is like no longer in play for me, but I'd love to go as the first one.
Never say never.
It's true. Who knows?
Never
maybe I'll have a big
BYOE.
BYOE in my 40s. Who knows what's going to happen for me?
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to, I think this is like officially becoming a segment. Taco Bell News of the Week. We talk about Taco Bell every week. I love it too, but I have it so infrequently. I have it like once every 5 years.
I have it once every 2 months. There's 2 in my neighborhood.
Oh, wow. Lucky. I wish I was having it more. There's like...
It's never a meal for me. It's always like, I'll take 2 tacos as an in-between meal snack.
Yeah, like a fresco taco.
Yeah.
I wish I was doing that. Like, I do wish I had more tacos in my life as a snack, like just in general.
Really?
Yeah, so if anyone wants to help facilitate that for me, like, let me know. That would be awesome.
I would love to help facilitate that for you.
How would you do that?
Send me your address and I'll just order tacos to your house every
But
other
that's
day.
the thing. They're not good when they're delivered. There's one place in my neighborhood, Nene's Taqueria, that is good delivery.
All right,
Everything else is sort of like a letdown. Although I like Tacombe. All right. Anyway, this is a story from Denver. Are you watching Love is Blind?
I'm watching some of Love is Blind.
It's in Colorado as well.
I
right now.
have noticed that it's Colorado.
And I think a lot of people in Denver are like offended by the cast. Like, this does not represent Denver. And
I hope not.
One thing that I did read online is that in Colorado and Denver in particular, people are like really like into the outdoors and like doing athletics. And nobody on this season of Love is Blind has mentioned skiing or hiking once.
They have. They have Andy, blonde guy who love bombs everybody.
Andy.
The love bomber guy who's like, you're my number one. And they're like, you're my number one. You're my number one. I don't know if his name's Andy. The blonde guy with the fade.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He's the corniest guy in the world. He tells
It's
everyone
Nick.
he's in love with them.
I think it's Nick.
Yeah. He
Okay.
says he does skiing and he does hiking and la la la.
All right, so that's one.
Okay.
That's very like not a big part of this show. Anyway, this is people doing ultra marathoning, and part of the ultra marathon is first of all, it's 50 kilometers, just 31.07 miles. And here's the deal. You have to stop at 10 Taco Bells and eat a menu item from at least 9 of those stops and do it all under 11 hours. Beverages don't count, and you are not allowed to have Pepto-Bismol.
I could do this.
It doesn't seem that hard.
Under 11 hours?
30 miles is a lot, though.
Okay, but it's 7 miles more than a marathon.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Which I've done in about 4
No,
hours.
marathon's 26.2.
5 miles more than a marathon.
4.
4 miles more than a marathon. No, 5.
It's 4.5 miles more. 26.2 to 30.7. Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Am I wrong? 5. It's 5.5 miles.
It's 4.5.
26 plus 4 is 30.
And it says 30.7.
31.7.
It's
5.5. This is
30.
the most ridiculous argument in the world. It's
Oh, I read it
31.7.
wrong.
Yeah, okay, thank you. God, sometimes
Sorry.
you're right so often that you make me feel like I'm wrong when I'm right.
I thought it was 30 miles.
Yes, okay. We're both right. Okay, let's just move on. I could do this, but my question is when you stop at the Taco Bells, are they just regular functioning Taco Bells? Or is there like a table outside where you grab a taco?
Taco Bell's
so you
not
have
involved.
to go, so you
have
stop.
to go in and order.
So you stop and like use the kiosk and order. That's a huge break on your marathon. I'm going to say this is like pretty easy. I'm going to say easy on this.
I think you have to do it if you think it's easy.
First of all, you know I'm never doing this.
Well, I think it's ridiculous to say it's easy.
Okay, easy's maybe not the right word, but under 11 hours.
You think it's doable, but
very doable. It's
point,
walkable.
This is from the Today
Show.
Walkable. It's not walkable. It's by Joseph Lamore. I'm not doing 31.07 miles in a day of walking. It's a fucking ton.
Yeah.
But moreover, the not allowed to have Pepto-Bismol part is like, hope your stomach's okay from eating for 10 Taco Bell dishes while then also running.
You have to stop at 10, but
Eat
you
at
only
9.
have to eat at 9. Who makes these rules?
Bathroom break?
Oh, yeah, who makes the rules? Like, no, you just have to walk inside this one and then get out. One of them, you don't have to eat anything. Like, what? Huh?
Oh God! It also was a charity event. All the proceeds, or not all, but some go to Achilles International, which is a very cool organization. I see them around New York all the time. It pairs people who have sight impairments with people who do not, and they run together. So it's like pretty cool. Anyway, it seems pretty gross.
You look at the pictures. People had a great time.
Yeah.
People were having a great time.
Yeah, it seems good. I mean, if you're up for it, I guess you could just have a taco in every place that you stop.
Soft taco.
Yeah, it's like a pretty,
soft taco.
Seems pretty good. Okay.
Yeah. When I ran the marathon, I had like a hot dog, I had a beer, people giving you all kinds of
hot
stuff.
dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
People giving you all kinds of stuff on there.
All right, we mentioned Albania, but I'd now like to discuss Denmark and Bulgaria.
I really want to discuss this.
Okay, so this is an article that's come to us from CNN by Amarichi Ori, and it is about how in a restaurant in Copenhagen, Alchemist, they are using ants to ferment milk to make yogurt. So it is ant yogurt, basically. And the science behind it is like truly wild. I don't even know which part of this I'd like to begin with. Jacoby, what was the most interesting thing to you about the ant fermentation of yogurt?
Okay. I had some time to prepare this week. So not only did I read the article, I clicked on the published results of the experiment.
You're such a great co-host.
And let me tell you something.
Not a timekeeper, but a great co-host.
So now I host the show and you're just the timekeeper? It's flipped now on you now. The power dynamics have shifted. First of all, I was just the food analyst and you were like the lead producer, executive, and timekeeper. And now like you're just there to keep the trains on time and this is my show. If
you think this is making me feel bad about my role in the pod, you are sorely mistaken. Carry on.
Okay. But so I read the thing.
You read a published paper from a
published
PhD
paper.
student.
No, I can't say I read it. They had, at the top,
you read the abstract.
At the top, it's like summary.
Yeah, it's the abstract.
And I read that, and I was like, "This is even too dense for me." And then I read the introduction, and then you're on your phone, and you look at the little slider on the right. I couldn't even see the slider. It was just minuscule. It was like a dot. I started scrolling down. And I was like, "This is absolutely ridiculous." But what I found, there's a couple things about this. They're very famous at this restaurant for doing crazy things like this. It's called Alchemist. There's scientists that work there, botanists, and this is sort of like their thing. I found their origin story, I'm going to call bullshit on. They're like, one of the chefs left an ant in milk, and we noticed overnight that it started to culture. Bullshit, that didn't happen.
What do you think happened?
Why would a chef purposely leave an ant in a milk thing? Like, it's just like, oh, it just so happened to happen that way. They make it seem like some happy accident. It wasn't. Another thing is they went back to the hometown of one of the people involved in writing this published thing.
I just want to, since you just came so hard at them, I just need a note. It says the restaurant antics, good pun, began when staff noticed that milk started to curdle when a chef left it being milk, in a fridge with an ant inside. I don't know that he did it on purpose. I think maybe an ant got into the milk.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm dubious about the very beginning of this, but I will say this.
I think that's like maybe gross. I'm like, oh, so in your fridge you have ants?
Yeah, yes. So here's the one part I liked. Quote, to make the yogurt, 4 live ants were added to a jar of warmed milk, figure 2A. A cheesecloth was placed over the top of the glass jar, and the jar was left to ferment within the colony overnight. So not only do they put the ants in the jar, they put the jar with the ants. Quote, here the ants could act as an inoculum, and the colony could serve as an incubator since the nest itself is known to produce heat.
Yeah, so this was really interesting to me. So they talk about a lot of different kinds of fermentation and like making of yogurt, and all of them, it's not only what's inside of the culture, but also what's around it. And I didn't know that basically like the ecosystem is so important to making yogurt. And so ants are sort of infiltrating, or not infiltrating, but like, changing the milk from all sides. It's like from the inside and the outside. It was really, really interesting.
Here's the scientific reason the ants help, right? Bacteria hosted by the ants can proliferate in milk. Specifically, live ants contribute lactic and acetic acid bacteria, including blah, 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 science words, normally related to sourdough. One thing that's interesting about this article, I've never thought about how we got yogurt, but in the early 1900s, they figured out how to like create yogurt using sort of science and machines.
Well, yes, using machines. Yogurt's been around for much, much longer.
But it was much more of like a haphazard, like guess trial and error thing before that, which I found interesting.
Yeah, I mean, fermentation is like, an exact science, essentially. And it's used in like so many cultures. Can we talk
Pun intended?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we talk about how they served this ant ice cream?
The 3 ways in which they served the ants, because it's not just an ice cream.
Correct. It's not just one. It's gross. Would you eat this?
Well, there's 3.
Okay, there's the Antwich, which was ice cream made using sheep yogurt that had been fermented using live ants. And then the ice cream was sandwiched between ant-shaped cookies and an ant-infused gel, which noted that the ants provided a distinct pungent acidity that contrasted the fat of the milk.
Okay, a couple things.
The gel is
the
what
gel part is just like, what are we
doing?
doing?
Like ant gel? I don't think so.
Ant-infused gel?
Yeah.
What?
So gross.
Are we liquefying dead ants and putting them into a gel?
Then they also did a mascarpone, which is, like, I love mascarpone cheese in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm misunderstanding what a mascarpone is.
It's like in between like a cream cheese and a yogurt, basically, and it's used in a lot of desserts. It's a pretty
yeah. Then I was thinking about something else.
And then they did a milk washed cocktail. This one sounds also pretty gross to me too.
Really gross.
Acid from the citrus. Normally, acid from citrus is used to curdle the milk before the solids are removed to leave a rich drink. Here, however, dehydrated ants were used to introduce curdling. The cocktail also contained an apricot liqueur and brandy, according to the study. I'm just not into like extreme eating, so I'm not like, I gotta try something with ants. If you tell me it tastes really good, like this is like a really special yogurt, like maybe leave out the ants part.
Until after.
Yeah, and then tell me after, like, you know what you just ate? Ants. Good job.
Yogurt.
Yeah, like I just like don't really need to know about that. So, this is I found the science really fascinating, particularly the part you called out with like putting it into the ant colony. Like that was pretty mind-blowing. But like this is so unappealing to me as like a place to eat. Like I'm not like, wow, I need to go to the Alchemist now.
It did make me think about just the science community as a whole. That like 6 people worked on ant yogurt for like 2 years to get published in this like journal. And like that's sort of like honey, what'd you do for the last 2 years at work? It's like, well, I made yogurt from ants and I went to Bulgaria. And there's also one of the people, they went to their hometown because this is like a legendary, they made ant yogurt in the hometown. And they said that it's like, quote unquote, I don't have the quotes, but it's like only passed down word of mouth through generations.
I know.
Like, we don't do this anymore.
It's pretty
a
cool,
rumor.
though.
It's a rumor that it ever happened before, but sure, let's try it.
I kind of want to go to Bulgaria. A friend of mine recently went. Yeah, and it sounded pretty cool.
Huh.
Before we move on, I also just want to note that Alchemist is like pretty well known as like a kind of like in like the fine dining world. So like it's sort of like the replaced Noma because Noma has closed in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So
it's like in The Bear season 2 where they sent the dessert guy.
I don't watch that show, but sure.
Good show.
All right, let's do one more story before we get into our taste test. This is also in Europe. This is a pretty funny TikTok. An American, a Boston Irishman, is in Italy, and he is like
Want some Italian
eating
food.
in a piazza, as you do when
Yes.
in Italy. And he asks for chicken parm, and here is the response he gets from his waiter.
I don't know what is it. On the pasta.
Yeah.
No, that's horrible.
Horrible? Wow.
Horrible. I
Horrible.
just wanted to hear him say horrible.
But the Italian waiter wasn't rude. He was going along for the ride, and he was having a good time with it.
He definitely was.
I liked it. I liked it. I feel like they connected.
I loved it. I thought it was really. Also, I feel like the Italian guy was like, "That's horrible." But he also wasn't really judging. He was just saying,
Yeah.
"Sorry, we don't do that."
Yeah.
He's just sort of like, "No, absolutely not."
Yeah, but he wasn't being a
judging.
jerk about it.
No,
You know what I mean?
It was totally
He
fine.
was just like, if that's your thing, cool. But like, not here.
Not here.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
Okay, let's get into today's taste test. All right, let's get to today's taste test. And thank you to producer Mike, who went to H Mart. I wish I had an H Mart in my neighborhood. Your sister-in-law lives on the same block as an H Mart. She's so lucky.
Which one?
Denise.
Denise? Oh, okay.
Yeah, on 110th Street.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Your old stomping grounds.
Yeah, there's an H Mart there. I'm so jealous of her. Okay, I talked about this last week. Dumpling
Yep.
Daughter. I have not had these.
This is not sponsored.
No, I would
This is
like
just
to
the
be.
personal passion of
Hit me
Juliet.
up. Hit me up. No, well, producer Mike was at H Mart and he got these, and now we can try them. They're ready in under 1 minute. This is actually not the product I talked about, so I'll be
This is good.
experiencing it for the
Buns.
first time. It's a
Bow,
roasted
bow.
roasted pork bun. And I think Dumpling Daughter is kind of known for its sauces. So Mike got us one of those too.
Mhm.
It says
Spicy sweet soy.
spicy sweet soy.
And anyone who listens to Food News knows Spicy and Juliet do not
Yeah,
go
so
together.
I'm going to let you have the sauce first and you can tell me if you think I should try it. These are made in the microwave.
First takeaway. There's paper on the bottom.
I noticed that. I think that helps with the microwave. It absorbs some of the moisture, so it like warms up better. How's the sauce, Jacobs?
The sauce, I'm going to get in there.
Just let me know if I can try it. This looks good.
Look at that.
Oh, this is delicious. There's a lot of flavor inside of here.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
I like it. I don't love it.
It's sweet.
I like dumplings over bao
Me too.
because it's a little dry for my taste.
This filling though is really good.
I'm going to eat the entire thing.
The filling is not dry. The bao itself
Yeah, the
is dry.
bao itself is a little dry. And also, it doesn't help that I ate paper. You know what I mean? That might have added to the texture sensation for me. The paper part, the actual inedible part
Okay.
of the bao that I ate.
This sauce is not spicy,
Mm-mm.
but it's good.
Really good.
This is really delicious. Dumpling Daughter is where it's at.
I want to try their dumpling.
How do I get an H Mart in my neighborhood?
Made with Duroc heritage pork. I don't know what that means, but sure.
Wow,
Duroc.
this is like legit really good. I'm going to finish
Don't
it
forget
after
the sauce.
after the rest of the pod.
A family tradition. Ready in under 1 minute. Great. All right, sign me up. Dumpling Daughter. What do you suggest? The pork and chive dumplings?
Pork and chive dumplings. Those were really good though, and the sauce is great.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting this, Mike.
Yeah. thank you very
Dumpling
much.
Daughter.
Dumpling Daughter.
Fucking love you. All right. Now you know that it's legit. Even Jacoby liked it. Not even. You like a lot of things.
I like most things, to be honest. Yeah.
It's true. You like to eat, right?
Yeah, I love food.
All right. Let's talk about our personal food news.
Julia was having a little bit of a panic attack before the show.
I know. I didn't have
You felt like you didn't have a
I
good
didn't have
personal
a
food
big,
news.
like, interesting personal food news week. I'll just share a story of failure. I went out for
Nice. Story of failure.
I went out for brunch with our mutual friends and our colleagues, Chris, Ryan, Sean Fantasy.
Yep. Do the best.
We went to Miriam on the Upper West Side. which is a Israeli restaurant. And we actually all ordered the Jerusalem breakfast. The scrambled eggs were simply incredible. And they were like, they had chives and some other spices in them. They were just like very, very, very good scrambled eggs. And as I was eating them, I'm like, is this that special? Like, can I just like make this at home?
Thank you.
So then the next day I bought groceries. I bought eggs. And also crucially, it had labna on the plate. And I was like doing like a whole sort of like mashed together labna and like an avocado. Like, it was like whipped avocado. It wasn't really guacamole. It was like whipped avocado, which I preferred for this particular meal. And I was like, I feel like I can make this at home. So I bought all the ingredients. I even bought labna. I then went to make my eggs. I put labna on my plate. It was so far from what I ate at Miriam. And shame on me, because I watch Top Chef. I know that on Top Chef, a sign of a great chef is someone who can make great eggs. Like, it is very hard to do. But like, why is it so hard? It's just eggs. How do I get better at making these eggs for myself? Because it was so delicious and also like pretty nutritious, a good meal. And I'm just like, how do I replicate this at home? I feel stupid that I need like a cookbook to tell me how to make eggs, yogurt, and like whipped avocado.
First of all, thank you for saying so many things. You do this a lot that I've always thought but haven't put together in my own brain. Because
you're welcome.
Have you ever
That's a compliment? Thank you.
Yeah, no, I meant it as one.
Thank you.
Have you ever been on Instagram and watched them make the tornado eggs?
Mm-hmm.
And they just have chopsticks and like a pan and eggs. Like, there's no fancy ingredients. And they create this super fluffy, like soft serve ice cream, like spiral cone of egg.
Like, what am I doing
looks amazing.
wrong?
With the ones that I make at home, there's a density to them that is just nothing like the fluffiness at the restaurant.
And
I've tried other stuff.
I get in there with my fork.
I've added cream cheese. I've added sour cream. I've added milk.
I know. I've tried
so many different things.
I've tried butter.
I've tried so many different variables. I make good eggs, but my eggs taste good because of the things I put in them, but they don't have that fluffiness that you get at a restaurant, which I cannot duplicate.
The delicacy of eggs at a restaurant cannot be done at home unless you're like really good at it. And I am not. I really wish I was though, because I'm just like, am I really spending $17 minimum for like an egg platter? I can make that at home, but I can't.
The fluffiness, like a nice round, big mound of eggs that the fork goes through it super easily and it's like light and there's airy.
Yeah.
I love that. And I cannot make that at my house. Again, I make good scrambled eggs, but they're dense and they're like low to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine are just like decent at best.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not good at it. Maybe I'm impatient. I don't know. I used to think that like if I could be one other person, I would want to be Adele. I just thought like it would be awesome. But now,
if you could be one other person,
yeah, I would have chosen Adele.
You would have chosen Adele.
Yeah. Really talented, funny, fun, doing her own thing. Seems like she's got a great life and she's quite wealthy.
Is she still dating Rich?
Yeah, I think they're married.
Married?
I think so. And, like one of the best singers. I just think being a great singer seems awesome. I also like, whatever. But at this point in my life...
keep going. No. You were about to say something.
I also love being someone who can naturally just like run, like just be like a jogger or like play soccer.
She's a jogger?
No, that's like another option of a person I would want to
be. Wait. So if the power ranking other people Juliet wants to be, it goes number 1, Juliet.
Yeah, sure.
Number
I'm happy
2,
to be me.
Adele.
Yes, number 3.
Number 3, someone who can jog. There's a huge gap between 2 and 3 there. I could probably think of 10,000 people that you could put in between 2 and 3. Like, the gap is wild. Number 1, me. Number 2, Adele. International, super talented, wealthy superstar. And then number 3 is someone who can jog.
It's just very hard for me. It's not something that comes naturally. And so now, I have a new idea.
There's a lot of people that can jog that do other things that you could be that have names.
Well, it wasn't a specific person. Okay. And this is similar, although I do like one person to mind. But I would love to be a great like Mediterranean cook.
Okay. Would you put that before someone who can jog or after in your power rankings?
I don't know. At this very moment before, but like ask me again next week.
Okay.
All right, man, your turn.
I'm floored. Juliet Litman just wants to jog. Can't do it.
I wish I was like, yeah, I want to jog. It'll feel good and I'll enjoy it. None of those things will ever happen to me. I want to jog. I won't enjoy it. It won't feel good.
I'll get you a jogging stroller.
I don't want one.
I have one.
So don't pawn it off on me.
Used it twice.
All right, your turn.
All right. As you know, most people listening know I'm a big smoothie person.
You are?
I've already had a smoothie today.
I saw
have
it.
smoothies all the time. That's my second smoothie. That was my second smoothie.
You brought a smoothie, then you had an office smoothie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Spotify, which now has office smoothies. They're pretty good.
I love smoothies. I've always loved smoothies even before they were a thing.
It goes along with soup. I get it.
They have, all liquid diet is what I strive to. One of my places, I go to Juice Press, Juice Generation, Playa Bar, Buy a Bar. I'm all over the place. I have all the apps.
Playa and Baya fight between people, and like
Playas?
Baya must have like gone their own way.
Oh,
or
you
something?
think it's like Reebok and Adidas and
Yeah,
Puma?
I do.
Yeah, did you, there's a doc about that.
Yeah,
now.
I know, and I will say there's what are the Adidas? I mean, the Pumas look just like the Adidas.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. Outside of Juice Generation, they've got a new smoothie called Matcha Knockout, I believe it's called.
This matcha craze, it's like, I hope it's peaking soon. Keep going.
Anyway, I tried it, and I totally forgot that's not what my personal food news is this week, because you told me to do the other thing. This is a personal food news follow-up. Anyway, it's a stupid-looking smoothie. Don't try it. It doesn't taste good. Personal food news follow-up. On this show, about 2 years ago,
All right.
I sung the praises of Korean lunch, kimchi in particular, because you sit down and you order the hot pot, right? And then a
This
gentleman
fucking
comes,
hot pot, you just can't get away from
a
it.
gentleman comes by and brings me 6 free appetizers. The spread is ridiculous.
I know, it's awesome.
I love it so much. I've got cubes of, I don't know what they are, that are covered in delicious sauce. I've got sort of like a cabbage in the kimchi stuff. I've got a bowl of fried something or other, maybe from an animal, maybe from a plant. I have no idea, but it's
something.
extra fried and it's delicious. I've got some sort of seaweed situation. I've got a bean sprout thing, and I ate all 6 of those, every single morsel. And then my food came, and I ate every single morsel of that, and it was a lunch special, and it was fantastic. And they give you a soup with your hot pot. So they give you 6 pieces of kimchi,
Okay.
a soup. You get 2 options, bean curd or like spicy tofu. I went spicy tofu.
Sure.
And then you get a hot pot, which is heavy on the rice, not heavy on the ingredients. But what I did is I poured
You put all the
soup.
other. Oh, I thought you were
poured
going to
the
put
soup
your
on top of
appetizers
the
in there.
rice. No, appetizers are separate.
Jacobs,
Yes.
where was this?
Oh.
This is crazy.
You and the details.
This is nuts. This is so weird. You
I know. I knew you were going to ask me this. Sunjeep, I want to say. Sonjip.
Where was it?
It was in Koreatown.
You spend minutes upon minutes of
I've been there many times.
lavishing praise on a restaurant that you love, and then no one can fucking go.
Oh, no.
Because you don't know the name of it.
Sunjeep.
This is actually insane.
Hold on.
It's more insane than me wanting to wake up with a desire and a
What?
jogging.
No, it's not weirder than that at all.
I
What
just
is this
cannot
place
believe
called?
this is the second
Oh, no. Now
time.
I'm having a panic attack.
Oh my God. We'll come back to it.
No, Rafiki's. No. What is
No,
this
it's
place
not
called?
Rafiki.
Food news follow up next week.
All right.
It's weird. It's not right next to an H Mart.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, on 32nd Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked past that one.
Oh, man. What's this place
Jacoby,
called?
you need to start taking pictures of the awning when you walk in.
I took a picture of the food and sent it to producer Mike.
Yeah, but you have no problem remembering that because you're consuming it.
Yeah, sorry, I love food.
You know how like I'm like dog blind and pet blind?
Mm-hmm.
You are restaurant name blind. You cannot absorb the name of a restaurant.
All right, that's fair. If I wasn't me, I would like to be Brad Pitt. And if I wasn't Brad Pitt, I would like to be someone who remembers the names of restaurants that he eats at.
I think that the thing is that's more achievable than me just like feeling that I want to go jogging and then enjoying it. You could easily remember the name of a restaurant. I just told you how. Take a picture when you walk in the door.
I'll work on that. Sunjeep? Jeep Sun?
I have no
JIP
idea.
is involved.
Okay. Let's get to today's listener food news.
Kunjeep?
Hi. Big fan of the pod. This is Danielle from New York City. I'm calling with kind of a wedding-related question. Got married a year ago in October.
Oh,
big
congrats.
bar in Lower Manhattan. It was like a casual wedding, just pizza, kind of standing, 175 people, no sit-down dinner. About a month before, we emailed and we did ask if anybody had any dietary restrictions. And we got this email from Uncle Frank. And I'm kind of hoping that one of you might think it was a little bit unfair. So the email said, "Hi, Danielle. Thank you for the invitation. As regards to dietary restrictions, if possible, could you please arrange for food without pepper, black, white, or hot, as well as without lemon or other citrus fruit? I hope this is not going to cause too much trouble, but I would really appreciate it. Best wishes, Uncle Frank." So as we approach my 1-year anniversary, I guess I'm just wondering, is it time for me to forgive Uncle Frank, or was this a pretty unreasonable email considering those are like the ingredients that make food good? And I'm not quite sure what allergy he might have that would prevent him from eating them. But also, I will note that we did accommodate, I think, and we asked the venue and they said yes. And I'm not really sure what ended up happening, but I'm sure he ate and survived. Okay, thanks, guys.
Well,
Sorry, that was kind of long. Bye.
Thanks, Danielle.
Danielle.
Loved it. Congratulations.
I
on your
really
anniversary.
like. Oh yeah, congratulations. Yeah,
It's great.
Yeah, 1-year anniversary. Great job by you, Danielle. Also, I love the idea of no sit down dinner at a wedding. I did that myself. Keeps it going, keeps it flowing. Stand, vibe, dance.
You're
have a
big
party.
on don't commit to a seat at a
Don't
party.
never sit down at a party.
Yeah.
That's what Uncle Mike taught me.
Yeah.
Couple things. So the way the email is written, it sort of makes it seem like Uncle Frank wants the entire wedding to abide by his dietary restrictions, whereas I would read that as delegate that to a Mo who delegates that to someone else who just Uber eats Uncle Frank his own meal.
Is this like the logistics scheme? Just keep on
Yes,
delegating?
yeah, exactly. And then the Albanians provide some tacos that do travel well.
The meal that works for him.
Yes, I feel like I would say, like, all right, Uncle Frank, we'll take care of you, but we're not going to let you dictate how we feed the other 174 people.
The way that he wrote it was very like prescriptive for everyone. 175, by the way, big wedding. Yes, it's popular.
Yeah, Danielle.
I think it's time to forgive because he didn't take away from your wedding, I presume. It sounds like you don't even know if he was accommodated, so like it didn't weigh on you too heavily, Danielle, which is great. It shouldn't. It's your wedding. But if it didn't impact your wedding, just time to like just be like, yep, Uncle Frank, he's ridiculous, but let's move on.
Okay, fair. You should forgive. That is the question that you asked. However,
okay.
Uncle Frank,
yes,
take care of yourself.
Yeah, you're an
She's
adult.
got other things to worry about.
You're an uncle. You're an adult.
Yeah, you're a grown person. If you have these dietary restrictions, you know what the right thing to do is? You don't respond to the fucking email and you take care of yourself like a grown person does.
I would also just note, I think anyone having a wedding going forward, don't want to ask for dietary restrictions. People who have them
can take care of themselves.
They know that. And they're like, yeah, they'll know not to eat something. They might ask a question of their server. It's on them.
Yes. If
allergies, I understand
one of
you
my
didn't
kid
choose
had
that,
a serious allergy to a common food like onions or something,
Yeah.
right? I would prepare food for that child and not make it aware. I would not bother the groom and the bride with this bullshit.
Totally.
For this one guest.
Totally. It's just like, this is really a note to all of you wedding guests out there.
Yeah.
Deal with it on your own.
Yeah, you can take care of yourself.
For one
every
night.
day, every other day, the other 365, 4 days of the year, 3 meals a day. I'm not going to do the math, but around 1,000 meals, you've handled yourself. So you can do it this time too.
There's been a lot of developments in evolution in the bar, like a meal in a bar space. So like just bring one. Pocket,
do whatever
bag,
you have to do.
You'll be fine.
Yes.
Danielle, great call.
Your wedding sounds fun though.
It sounds really fun.
Downtown Manhattan,
Pizza.
175 people standing only.
Loved it.
That means dancing
Love it.
only. There was an after party to that wedding.
Queen.
You
Yeah,
know those
definitely.
ones? Where
Of
they're like,
course.
after this, we're going to like
This bar.
Shady
Yeah,
McFarland's.
it's
I'm
the
like, whoa,
best.
we're going to Shady McFarland's.
That's the best. It's also
2 a.m.
It's a real benefit of a New York City wedding. You can
Yes,
go to the
there
next
is an after
location.
thing,
Yeah. All right, Danielle. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to our producer, Mike Wargon. Thank you to Adele. Thank you to
People that jog. We all aspire to be someone that jogs.
Next week on Food News.
I'm going to remember
Tune
the restaurant.
in. See if Jacoby knows where he ate over the course of the next
Cheap
week.
son
Thank
cheap.
you so much for listening and have a great weekend.